Yellow! Always try to entertain both sides of the argument, recognizing that each individual has a strength for every weakness and a weakness for every strength. Thus, ultimately, my goal is to help the individual build the awareness needed to bring the best out from themselves, like this man here. A much smaller man versus a giant muscular beast. Your first guess would have you believe that Ismail Azar stands no chance. But then again, boom. In-game, a looping check hook against Gideon's advance. Here, again, Ismail loads the kinetic energy generated from his mass into his ligaments, tendons, and fascia. Boom! Drops his already bewildered opponent deeper into concussion. Here, the kick is checked. Boom! The telegraph of the punch was compensated for by virtue of timing it against his opponent as he was moving in. Every body type has its advantage. The key is to gain the awareness to figure out yours, then make the most of it by honestly expressing yourself. That said, even peak aesthetics has its place. Johnny Walker is perhaps one of the most pound-for-pound explosive athletes to ever enter the grand stage. Knees that fly through the air, and here, it almost looks surreal watching him concuss his opponent with little to no space. It just looked like he touched him. How is this possible? Even this here. Straight up, the man is a monster. Definitely, whatever he's doing during his training is a catalyst to his explosiveness. What allows this? When we see heavily muscled fighters, often they end up looking stiff, unable to articulate their bodies fluidly, but Johnny Walker does not have this problem. He's shredded but looks as if he's made of rubber when articulating his flow. What's going on here?
I'm here in Qatar now. I'm flying to Dublin to train for a week in Conor McGregor gym and lift some weights. I like to lift weights as well. It's very cool. Make you stronger, make your body strong and everything, you know. I can be a champion. You know why? Because I believe. If you believe yourself, you can do everything as well. Lift more heavy weights and break some records. Just up to you. I believe in myself. You believe in yourself? Take care, my friend. Big hug from the next light heavyweight champion. Hey, God bless you.
The American Psychological Association indicates that stress can cause muscle tension. Your nervous system may respond to stress by putting additional pressure on the blood vessels, which results in reduced blood flow to the muscles. This can cause muscle tension and pain. When we see a lot of bodybuilders, it's often a method of combating, say, an insecurity, perhaps a demon propagating mental anguish, and the process of working hard through this discipline temporarily mitigates that suffering. It is a great way to manage mental health, but traveling down that path, seeking a fleeting rush hoping you'll one day be satisfied only ensures you never will. After all, the insecurity or trauma has not been addressed. Often, muscle dysmorphia is the result, a negative body image. Even though the body has become worthy of awe, its ability to fluidly articulate itself has been shackled by a tormented mind, which in turn propagates stress hormone, which further locks up the body. It's a vicious cycle. The discomfort, the defensive state you're in, only works to reinforce the stress you feel. Thus, you're locked in a loop, feeding off of itself. Johnny Walker, on the other hand, this man can dislocate his shoulder doing his victory celebration worm. And look, he's still laughing and smiling. He isn't complaining or making excuses. He's laughing and smiling at himself. This is a rare individual indeed. He heals up and says, "Why not? Haha."
Why not?
When asked if he'll do it again. Why not? This man is carefree. He's showing off his Brazilian moves during walkout. Overall, he just keeps his very light and playful energy right before he enters the arena. From there, he's simply calm, fluid, in flow. This loose, relaxed state is the perfect catalyst to its explosiveness, as it makes the kinetic energy transfer from the ground up all the more efficient. Pair that with an element of surprise, his opponents end up having no idea what hit them. This power looks surreal because it appears as though he should not be hitting that hard. It looks way too easy, too effortless. We rarely ever see a man hit this hard with so little space needed. So little effort, it looks like. Just look at the man's eyes. You don't feel any resistance in his spirit. He is not conflicted with himself and his vision. Confidence to a point where it almost looks crazy, but with it he carries himself playfully even when looking into the eyes of a man who wants to finish him off, a man who wants to break his spirit. He has the audience giggling with this energy, but make no mistake, this light, relaxed flow he carries himself in is integral to his overall relaxed state in the arena, a component to the relaxed efficiency catalyzing his explosive shredded body. To feel good and relaxed in your own body is far more important than one would think, but tragically, this is not something that's taught to men, despite all of the benefits. Your social relationships get better. You become more charismatic. You become more relaxed, which not only increases your lifespan, but more efficiently allows. To those who have been following my channel regularly, I'm sure you have seen an increase in all of these things. That's one of the things people tell me all the time. The benefits to getting your mind in check are endless, but now begins the question, how does one become more confident? How does one feel better in their bodies? There are many ways, but sometimes going to a Latin club with the pure intention of busting some moves is an easy way to get back into your body, an easy way to fight the anxiety that tells you it's not safe to do so. Just jump in and have fun. You know, it's no coincidence that dance cultures have typically had the highest concentration of elite strikers. Yin and yang, both are important. Being in your head and thinking does have its value. It may have led to the innovations comprising our modern world. But to live in this world, that is to live in your body. To that end, if Johnny Walker can feel confident to a point where he's light and playful before imminent danger, I encourage you to foster a bit of that spark in yourself. After all, you only live once, so you might as well do it having fun, which in turn brings you to your best anyways. Thank you, Johnny Walker, for this lesson. If my work elevates you and you'd like more, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.